Okay, we can get started. In the essence of time, we have a half hour here today to talk about claims data and analytics. It's that easy. The webinar we're putting on by H4 Technology. I am recording the webinar so we can, I'll send that out to all the participants. You can revisit the items discussed, and as always, we can help answer any questions or do any follow-up activities. So a little bit about us at the onset here. As we scroll down, we are H4 Technology, and we have a Compass data management as a service platform designed to turn healthcare data into intelligence. The premise of this was built on top of working with HIEs and other health information systems and providers and clients, and having the ability to integrate disparate data sets into one platform. What we are able to, or who we are partnering with now, is that we are the centralized data system for Nebraska Department of Behavioral Health. We are the centralized data system for Nebraska Hospital Association. We partnered with Indiana Hospital Association, critical access hospitals, ACOs, network providers, clearinghouses, and the like to provide analytical tools on their claims data. Additionally, what we are doing is partnering with entities so that might not have the ability to do some of the advanced claims analytics or offer the tools to their members. And so also being able to add that value to their membership or to their members through those type of affiliations or rev cycle partnerships. So key benefits of what we're doing: we do integrate the data real time. We can help maximize value-based care incentives. We provide, as we'll show you today, the self-service model to provide the data at your fingertips. And we like to be the single source of truth for the data. So instead of maybe, we were talking with a group yesterday, and they had the potential to procure, 2 or 3 different systems for 2 or 3 different needs. And this could be, we could be that one type of quiver for them, where they didn't have to go out to multiple vendors. And so, and all this is the ability to improve efficiency, improve data accuracy. We do have a standardized business rules engine, and we can standardize the data as it comes into our data intelligence tools. So from our perspective, we're going to focus on the claims data management and claims application today. But what I wanted to talk a little bit about is we have the #1 embedded business intelligence tool linked up into our product. And so all the data models we have are built into that BI tool. The claims denial dashboards is kind of the core of what we have been working with. And we have a denial rate dashboards, filters by payer, procedure codes, CARCs descriptions, RARC descriptions, date ranges. And then we built in our own use cases on those denials. And so these are code combinations that make it easy for you to identify areas of interest and potential impacts to your business. So there's missing, invalid, incomplete, missing, invalid, incomplete data from submitted, billed services not covered by health plan, benefit for billed service not separately payable. And then one of the main ones that with a consulting group we were talking with is the outliers tab. So if the payers aren't following specific rules, and a lot of times we're seeing Medicaid or social services fall into this bucket, it kind of catches the junk for you to look through the claims and help you analyze, who those payers are, what are the procedures, what are the codes, and maybe denials that are coming through. So as always, you can, we filtered by payer, procedure codes, CARC and RARC descriptions, and then we can export those claims easily into Excel or CSV if you needed a working working queue. From the self-service perspective, we partnered with Logi Analytics, and they're the embedded BI tool that we are using. And we provide visualizations and analytics on the claims data that we are collecting, or on all data we're collecting. Specifically on this one, we'll talk about 835 data sets and 837 payment data sets, or claims data. This data has the ability to easily share the data elements that are created to other members or users of the system, as well as you can schedule reports to auto generate. This whole system is, it's all interwoven, and so you don't have to go outside to access the self-service tool. It's within the same product set, so easily can be used. And so this is a fully functional BI tool for data visualization, and we'll show you, just kind of how the claims data are created. So as you're creating your own self-service module or self-service analytics piece, there's a couple of different key elements. First, you can select the data fields that you want, the data models, select the data fields, create an analysis. Then you can build a dashboard or visualization to use on a dashboard. And all those same visualizations can be used in the report builder. And then, like I said, you can save and share your work with other users or schedule the reports to run. And so I'll go into just a couple slides here, and then we'll actually show you the tool in a demo. This gives you a little flavor for it, but we have our own home page where you have home, analysis, dashboard, and reports. First off, you're going to go to the data tab to do an analysis. And so here's where you select the data fields. We have a data dictionary for our claims data models. And the main thing that, on the 835 payments that you're looking for is generally people are looking for payer, procedure codes, and then they can link down into the service line details and maybe look at, adjustment amounts or other figures. And so all that data is available to the user, the end user, so that they can, hone in on their own use cases, after they identify something, with the main dashboards. So once you select the claims data sets that you're using, there's formula and filter. Generally, people are using the filter tab where you can just hone in on a specific procedure code, specific date range, specific payer. And then I can use the in-list feature to just select multiple values from that range. And then once I have that data set or data chart available, then I can chart it. So once I create the data table, I select self-service and analytics, create a chart, and we can create charts, line charts, bar charts, curve charts, pies, scatters, gauges, crosstabs, all alike. And all of these are based on the same data table you just created. Generically, they have the ability to, they come with a generic name once you create them, but you can rename those to, whatever you like. We were doing a financial analysis for one group, and they had a nurse unit field that was actually originating revenue location. And so, we renamed the tab or the graph for that. And so through the use of the self-service tool, you can really customize and define how you want the data to look, how you want it to see, and what visualizations, makes the most sense for you. On this, I'll jump into the live demo here. So let's relaunch it to make sure we didn't time out. So on the H4T platform, we have the home page. We have the denials, overview, and approved claims tabs. Then regardless if you're using claims or EMR or financial analytics, we have the self-service. So in here is my self-service homepage. I have the pieces and parts that I've built. So on the left, I have analysis, author dashboard, author report, data manager as an admin. And then I can see this, this folder structure. So here's where I have my items that I've saved, global items that I want to share across multiple users, or a specific analysis or report that may have been shared with me by another user. So in this, I can easily look and create a couple sample dashboards. So first off, we'll create an analysis. I'll just show you some samples and just how the tools work and how easy it is to modify and look at data. So like I said, we have a variety of data fields. Multiple data items can be linked together to create a data model. And so here we created, I did procedure codes. I wanted to look at the total for a specific date range. And so here are some sample charts I built. So you can see how I can interact with this. I can, recreate it. I can modify it. I can, on the fly, change it from a bar chart to a pie chart, show the values, auto calculate, and pick the data fields from the data field list that I selected. On this, we have the flexibility on the bar side, where I had it, was to actually show let's do month, do a forecasting. And so this is what, we had 5 months here of data, and potentially, I wanted to do a regression analysis to kind of forecast where that 6th month was going to be. So here I can use a simple regression to show, okay, this is what June total line item charge amount sum, is trending, right? So it's at that 2.7 million. Or I could just simply show a trend line. And so this is where, you have your bar, trend line where whether you're going up or down. Line charts have a similar feature. Or then whenever you're doing a time series, you can always do, basically, I'm on a month, so I could forecast out a year or a quarter. If you're on a daily or weekly time series, then you can do a couple other pieces and parts there. So it's real interactive, selecting the data fields, filtering, and then creating your charts. So we create and add to Visual Gallery. Visual Gallery is where we actually store and save the data elements that can be used in a dashboard. A couple other examples. As simple as these are, we have a lot of customers or a lot of users using these, and I'll show you why. So this is a simple gauge, right? I just wanted, okay, a couple gauges up top to show total volume, line counts, and total dollar amount, right? Very simple. These can be used then, and we can filter on them, and I'll show you in a time series how then they can be used to filter. And these were just some of top, I think, 10. We had procedure line counts, and I selected the pie chart, line item charge amount. I wanted to sum, and I wanted to show that percentage, right? And then this was just same type of data. Instead of a percentage as a visual, we just had a standard bar chart, right? And then below that was a bar chart for a simple count of, since we had units of service, I wanted to count those. And then I wanted to show which procedure code had the top. And I'm just looking at my top 10. I could do top 20. I could do bottom 20. I could show others. I can, do a variety of different things. But these are some simple examples of how we can use the claims data on the payment side to create a chart. So we got these 6 or 7 different things we created, as well as the data table here that can be filtered. Data tables are usable and interactive, and so I can easily sort these if I wanted to look at a specific date range, specific chart, specific filtering. I could even A to Z sort these. I could sum them. I could do groups. A lot of times we have that either by location or by a subgroup, where you actually want the data table to show a subgrouping. Maybe I wanted to count all the 99214 procedure codes and total those. And I can do that in a simple chart as well. So we got a lot of options here within the chart feature, within the table, as well as on the column settings. We can group, sort, aggregate, and then if I wanted to show or hide different columns of the fields that I selected in the data tab, I can hide them here, maybe to make the table cleaner, maybe to organize them a little better. I can even drag and drop these fields around. So I wanted to do procedure code, then description, then line item charge amount, and then I wanted to hide, let's say, the claim. So I can simply update this and it'll modify the data table for me. So, okay. A lot of times we have people using they're filtering on the data, and then they want just to show the data table with some simple aggregates or groupings or summaries, and that's what the data tables are used for. And then I'll show you how we can incorporate those in a chart or dashboard. Okay, so I have my 6 or 7 different line items here. I'd already pre-saved them, but just to go over that, I would add these. I could rename it, put a panel description if I wanted to put a description of what the chart is. Like I said, it's a summary, but this it might be just total revenue by month, right? Is a layman's term for what I'm doing. Revenue by month. Done. So that's going to add to my own visual gallery area. Now we go into actually authoring either a dashboard or a report. So I wanted to show you some examples of just simple claims reports and how the interactivity can happen. So you saw I had these dashboards and these visual gallery pieces. And so I can either add a new tab, I can modify the data elements. So, hey, I want this to be 2 column. I want to change the layout to 3 column. You know, rarely do I see people do more than 3 columns, but you can. There's also free form if you just wanted to modify it however it fits on the screen best for you. And so here I got my totals by month. I got the simple gauges, right? So I had total units of service. This is how many units. This is the total sum of those line item charges. And then here's my top procedure codes, either by percentage, or I can actually look by the number of units here. And then this was total units, and that was total top procedure dollar-wise. So on this simple dashboard I created, I can modify or add global filters. Now this is something you can do interactively with the chart, or you can simply add one with the gear icons. So we wanted to look at May 2020. I can simply click on the chart and it'll apply a global filter to the whole tab that I had. So you can see, okay, service date range for May is here. Here's the total number of units. Here's my service date range on the May percentages. And then I can see the total charges for those procedure codes. Now maybe, okay, I looked at that May, okay, what's going on? You know, this is my biggest chunk of the pie. I want to investigate that a little further, see how many of those there are. And so I could either click on that piece of the pie, the 99214. I'm going to apply another global filter to this on the tab. And so this is how I could apply. This is an in-list code for 99214. for these different groups, and then this is the total charges. So you can apply multiple filters to the dashboard to further refine the data elements. A lot of times we have people using this to refine maybe a payer, maybe a certain CARC or RARC denial code. Maybe you're looking at a simple CPT code. And then I could refine to that code list. And once again, here's where I use my data table. And I can still sort and aggregate and do things on this if I wanted to. But the additional features I have is I can export this data. And so from the data table itself, I can export that. Maybe I'm creating a list. Maybe I'm investigating some certain denial codes or procedure codes, and I want to get more details on those. And so I can use this list to export and to create another basically list for internal purposes. That's the top procedures with multiple filters. To turn those off, you can either go up to the global filtering, or I can simply close that pie chart, close this, see how it was highlighted. I want to close that, and that's going to remove those filters from the dashboard itself. You see it spinning, so it's just going to update, and then we'll go on to the next one. Additionally, we had recently a lot of codes, people looking basically, since we did some of the NHA data, looking for out migration and summaries by specific adjustments, and looking at their, how can I total, or what are their top adjustment amounts. Now this one, I just did change layout. Maybe I want 2 layouts. And so I added just a couple simple adjustments, top 5 adjustment codes and the total dollar amount that I wanted to showcase. So hold on here. And so I can easily, look at these adjustments. I can apply my own filters on these. I can hover over the amount. This is the charge exceeds fee schedule. Total adjustment amount was 11 million over that period, and then here's the total quantity amounts for 15,000. So we had a couple people looking at the adjustments. They're having an issue quantifying and calculating the adjustments. Additionally, there's simple calculations you can do within the tool itself to modify those. So once I had these analysis pieces created, I can go back, to my home screen. You see sample dashboard created. Okay, I want to share that with another user. Here's my user list. I shared that with Aaron. I can delete it. And then anything that was shared with Aaron would show up in his shared with me folder. And then if we wanted something promoted to a global menu, that's where we can use the global menu icon for that. So the key premises for the self-service side is selecting your data elements, filtering on that data element, refining your list, and then building your charts and graphs off that list. So within the self-service, I could either use the specific table feature to modify those, or I could create my own visualization chart and graph off those data elements to create, a bar chart or line chart or pie chart, and then use those features in a visualization or dashboard. Additionally, we have all the images we create. You can simply click the Get Image icon, either on the dashboard or within the tool. And we have users using this. Maybe they're preparing the board package or board reports for the end of the month, and they want to use some of the data that's created on the procedures or approved claims tabs, what's getting processed to show totals and the amounts or where they're trending. And so they're using that, downloading it, and then adding it to the data feature. So there's a lot more to this. I usually do a whole usually we do the introductory training and then do a whole secondary lesson on the self-service tool. We do have a self-service tool guide available to users, and if anyone wants that, feel free to reach out. Additionally, we have our own data dictionary to help current customers find their the data elements they need to use. And then, like I said early on, we're a SaaS application on the claims side, and so by using and leveraging our client base, we can find more dashboards and more use cases for the product, and then we can actually promote those from the self-service into a global dashboard for anyone to use if they're not specific to one client, that they could be used for multiples. So we have people that want to share, the use cases and their knowledge across various platforms, and so we're able to do that. So, any questions as I wrap up here? Okay, well, we can provide, I know Corey and Marnie are online as well. We can take any questions or provide follow-up materials to all the attendees. I'm recording this webinar because we needed to show the self-service tool additionally as a use case on how you can build your own in a video format. And so thank you for attending. Below is I'm showing my contact information. If you have any questions or want to reach out, feel free to. So, okay, I'll check chat one more time. If there's anything else you guys have or any questions or specific use cases,